Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with the Pick Dogs Morning Show. Money making Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Here with the weekend show. We got a ton of action on the card today. We got 1 million college basketball games. We have 2 NBA games and in-season tournament games in Sunnyside, Las Vegas. And we got Army Navy. We got Western Mich and South Alabama. We have how many games in the NHL today?
15.
Oh shit. So be on the lookout for that, man. 15 NHL today. So y'all know the drill, man. We finna cook it up. Try to smash it per usual. We appreciate each and every one of y'all that continue to tune in. Roof, what's happening? How you doing?
I'll let you know when I wake up. It's these long college basketball nights, I'll tell you. But you know what? It's fine. I keep telling myself, you know what? I would trade it for nothing when I look back and I think what we had to deal with at this time, a few years ago. So I'm happy. I've got college hoops. Still my favorite time of the year. So I'm excited to break down today's card. Even though it is a bigger card, we're starting to get into that point of the season.
Fair enough. Big Al McMorty, how you doing today, sir?
Doing good. Although I confess it always helps when you're winning rather than losing. So I've been on a hot streak the last few months. So, yesterday, another good day. 2-0 yesterday with the Pacers and the Grizzlies. And today looks like another big card. Have 7 games in college basketball, 1 in hockey, 1 in football. So 9 plays posted at Pick Dogs right now for folks who want to get an early start on the day.
There you go, man. Hop on with Al. Like he said, he's been terrorizing the books for a couple months now. Jump on with him. Continue to do that with him. Jovan, what's happening, Brody? How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, Jay? Yeah, had a good night yesterday for 4-1. As far as I'm concerned, should have been a 5-0 night, but the 76ers they went down the toilet. But it happens. But the 4 wins are good. The only loss is that. So looking to carry that into the weekend with a big college basketball, or really all sports weekend.
Fair enough. I had a losing night last night. Janky though. It was janky. It was going so beautiful. I went 2-3 officially yesterday. The swing game was the last game of the night. Big Al got caught again, man. Should have just grabbed
the San Antonio or the
grabbed the fucking points.
you went against the Spurs on the money line.
I sure did.
Oh, that was a brutal roller coaster of a game.
Yes, it was. Oh my God. I had Portland outright money line. It's okay though. It's okay.
That game is emblematic of the new NBA. I mean, they're down 10, then they're up 17, then they lose.
That's the NBA right now for you, man. So it is what it was. I did smack my NBA play of the day yesterday with the Denver Nuggets. Thought it was a really good spot for them at home. Double revenge spot that also happens to be a revenge game. So solid game for them boys. I've hit 11 of 16 and 16 of 23 on that play. So just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward there. Am I lagging to you guys that are here in the chat, or to you guys here on the screen? Am I lagging at all?
I don't notice anything.
Okay. Well, fellas, it's a lot of ground to cover. Let's go ahead and do what we do, man. Let's go ahead and hop right in. Let's try to kick the crap out of the books. Where y'all want to start today? Y'all want to start college hoops?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it then. First game up, we got Clemson laying 5.5 on Memphis. We got Purdue laying 2.5 on Texas A&M. Western Illinois, South Dakota, South Carolina State, Furman, Long Island and Missouri, Coppin State and Penn State, Ohio State, Auburn, Toledo, Youngstown State, Lamar Jackson, and ULL Maroon. We got Wichita State and DePaul. We got East Tennessee University versus Jacksonville. We got Maine versus Canisius. Stony Brook versus Ryder. I guess we'll make that the first slot through 12 my time. Chris? You're muted.
Off to a great start. Thank God Romanelli's not here to see that. Let's see here. Give me Wichita State plus the 4 against DePaul. Yeah, see, Jay's allergic to DePaul's bull crap. I tried to give DePaul the benefit of the doubt, but they stunk it up as usual in their conference opener. And I know Wichita's not a conference game, but Wichita's got a defense that travels, and I'm starting to think that we're seeing the perils for DePaul. What happens when you play such an easy schedule in the early part of the season? This is a really good Wichita State team that can play some solid defense, lock them down. So give me Wichita plus the 4. I'll sprinkle a little on the money line as well.
Fair enough. Big Al McMorty, how you feeling here?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the extra card and look at the Furman Paladins minus the points over South Carolina State. South Carolina State comes in with a 5-6 record, and Furman's favored by 12.5. And Furman 57-19 ATS when favored by 6 or more versus foes with a 455 or worse win percentage. I'll lay the 12.5 with Furman.
There you go, Jovan, talk to me.
Yeah, we're gonna look towards that Long Island versus Missouri Tigers game, and I just think it's too many points to lay. Given the fact that this underdog, while they're not a good team, they're 4-8 straight up. They are, I believe, 5-5 against the spread. They have gotten blown out, but not by this many, I don't believe, this season. So Missouri, they're better than last year. That's for damn sure. They just knocked off Kansas. And I expect for them to play with their food a little bit in this one. I don't expect a complete smash spot for them. Not a 30-piece. More in the lines of 20 to 25, and play around towards the end. And that's where these big spreads are won and lost in the last, 3 to 5 minutes of these ball games. So, I'll take the points in this spot with the Sharks.
I'm on Texas A&M against Purdue. I think they win it outright. Purdue, solid team. I don't think they're as good as they have been in years past. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing on this Texas A&M team. I like what they did in that last game, beating Texas Tech on the neutral floor. I think they come in here and beat Purdue as well. So I'm just going to take the better team. I think Purdue kind of living a little bit off last season. So give me Texas A&M. Give me a small lean on Auburn. I think Auburn may be the best team in the country. I think they may be. In Ohio State, I think it's going to be a long day in the office for these boys. They coming off a solid win over Rutgers, Ohio State is, but the 2 games prior to that, Maryland really beat them up. And I think if Maryland can beat you up, then Auburn surely can do it too, especially at Auburn. Or no, this game neutral site. Sorry, this game neutral site. It's in Atlanta. So keep an eye on that.
Still SEC country.
It's true. It's not on campus. So I don't love it as much as if it were on campus, but I still think Auburn is head and shoulders the better basketball team. It should be a double-digit win. 12.5 make my stomach hurt a little bit now knowing it's not home court, but I would still lay it, though, in that one with Auburn. And then, of course, y'all know I wasn't getting out of here without fading DePaul. Come on now. We fading their ass. That's the number 1 team on my college basketball fade list the last 2 seasons combined. They came out this season, fake start hooping, gave people hope. Now they finna return back to being ass, returning back to being just an all-out fade. Give me Wichita today, man. Shockers. Think they win it right. DePaul, when we start to get to this time of year, fade them. Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We got Xavier versus Cincinnati, Murray State versus Western Kentucky, Tulsa versus UCF, Texas State versus FAU, Charlotte versus Georgia State, Dartmouth versus UMass Lowell, NC Central versus Longwood, App State versus High Point, Western Carolina versus UNC Cashville, SC Upstate versus South Carolina, Queens versus Gardner-Webb, Wisconsin versus Butler, Fordham versus Bryant, Georgetown versus Syracuse, UCLA, Arizona, UNC Wilmington, Howard, Ball State, Bellarmine, Northwestern, and Cal, and then Seton Hall, Rutgers. So we stopped right at 2 my time, 3 Eastern. Al, your first one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking, and I don't have a single theme on any of these games, which is crazy. That's wild. Yeah, nothing. Nothing for those.
Fair enough. Javon, what you got for me?
Yeah, kind of a tough show with these games, but I'll throw out a couple. I kind of like what Georgetown's been doing. Good old Ed Cooley. He's taking his talents out of Rhode Island, out of Providence, and brought him down to DC, and he's working wonders over there. Now, I'm not going to say this is a real talented team because they're not, but they're getting the job done. And who was falling off the, basically off the face of the surface as far as relevancy in college basketball? That would be the Syracuse Orange, with the departure of Jimmy Boeheim. It is what it is. This is an old Big East rivalry game, and I expect the Hoyas to get the job done in this one. So I'm gonna lay that point and roll with Georgetown. There's a lot of games, so I just want to touch on something else if I can, but might be a tough sell. So we're through the 3:00 games, right?
We stopped right at 3 Eastern. So no, we didn't go through it. Did we? I don't know. Time changed.
We included the 3:00 games.
Okay, yeah, we went.
Yeah, so
y'all know that time change should be. I don't know why, bro. It always get me. It always does.
Yeah, Wisconsin's on a 3-game losing streak. Butler's on a 2-game losing streak. So something's got to give. The line, it might be a little bit too big. It's a 4.5, 5. But I'm gonna lay it with Wisconsin. It's just a situation where I think that they face 3 better teams than what this Butler team is in their losses. Michigan. Who else? Michigan, Marquette. And there's another one that I'm missing in the last 3. So I think this is a step down in class that they're facing. I think that'll bode well for them. Given the fact that they kind of ran through a gauntlet and lost all 3 of those games. So I'll lay it with Wisconsin. I just think they're a better team than what they've been showing as of late.
Fair enough. Let me see what I like here. It's not my favorite slide of the day either. Now my phone moves slow. That's why you gotta have backup. That's why the computer right here. Let's go with I'm leaning towards Arizona against UCLA. I'm also leaning towards Wisconsin against Butler. It's Saturday, though, so taking the better team sometimes can get you in trouble, especially laying points. Wisconsin, no, they're just one of my teams this year. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just going to continue to ride with them. Butler is kind of in that same bucket with DePaul for me. It's like once we get to this point in the season, they turn to a fade. I know Wisconsin has lost 3 straight, man. I know Michigan, Marquette, Illinois. This is the bounce back spot, though. This is the bounce back spot for them. They are the better basketball team. I expect them to win that one. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna take. I'm taking Arizona. I'm taking Arizona. They're favored by 4.5 over the ranked opponent who has a substantial better record for them for a reason. So this one is just. I tell all the time in college hoops. Sometimes I just like to read lines. And sometimes lines speak to me, and that's just one of them ones where it's like, don't overcomplicate it. They got Arizona favored in this game for a reason over the ranked 1-loss UCLA team. That's just how my brain works. Give me Arizona. Rutgers in the bounce back spot. Do I want to, or not the bounce back spot? They bounced back in their last one against Penn State. I'm actually going to lean towards Seton Hall against Rutgers. Rutgers is a good team, but right now they just seem really overrated, really overvalued. I like Ace Bailey. Really good player. Might be the best player in the country. Him or Cooper. But it's still Rutgers. You know what I mean? Rutgers ain't been the Rutgers that people try to portray them to be really in quite some time. And I still don't think they're back yet. So to lay this many points in this style game, I think you're kind of asking for it. Give me Seton Hall plus the 11.5. Roof.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Xavier plus the points against Cincinnati, the crosstown shootout. Cincinnati is the better team, but this is still, a rivalry game. And, Xavier's won the last 5 head-to-head. We started to see Cincinnati, what's happened when they played a tough team. I mean, they played Villanova, who's, their toughest game of the season, and they lost that game 68-60. And I think Xavier going to come in, give Cincinnati all they can handle. I mean, this is a Xavier team that has played a much tougher schedule and done better against it. So give me Xavier here plus the points. I think this one comes down to the final shot.
Fair enough. Let's keep it rolling. We start with Kansas, NC State. Yeah, I am lagging. It's like my whole internet today is moving slow. All right, we got Kansas, NC State. We got oh my goodness. All right, Arizona State, Florida, Southern Miss, Ole Miss, Valpo versus Central Michigan, South Florida versus Utah State, Wagner, depending on if you're talking about the NBA or college hoops, versus NJIT. We got Central Arkansas versus Arkansas. We got Ohio versus Marshall, North Arizona versus Pepperdine, FIU versus Stetson, LSU versus SMU, LaSalle versus North Carolina. What's North Carolina's coach's name again? Off the top of my head, I just drew a blank.
Hubert Davis.
Yeah, man, he not the most popular coach on campus no more. It's kind of crazy. Shout out Bill Belichick, man. We got Iapui versus Lindenwood, aka IU Indy.
Cute.
Iapui. We got Bradley versus Santa Clara, Tulane, Florida State. We'll go through 4. We'll go through 4:30. We got Utah State, Utah Valley versus Jackson State, Missouri State versus Washington State, the Salukis, Southern Illinois versus Austin P. Where's Brian? UC Irvine and Oregon State, St. Bonnie's versus Providence, UNC Greensboro versus North Florida, and Bethune-Cookman versus West Virginia. We'll stop there. Stop at 4 my time, so through 5 Eastern. Jovan, you're first, my man.
Yeah, we're gonna look at this Florida-Arizona State game. Now, this one's tough for me because they're undefeated, and when a team's undefeated like this, 9-0, 10-0, 11-0, I like to look for fade spots with them, but I don't see it in this one. It's at around 7.5, 8. This is a number where at first glance you might want to take the Sun Devils, but I think this is gonna be a smash for the Gators. It's in Atlanta, so it's basically like a home game as far as I'm concerned with them. Um, just just on the strength of location, between these two teams, it's a home game for them. Arizona State, they're having a fantastic season. Also, Bobby Hurley is actually has a squad on his hands, but I think in this spot, um, given the style of play that these two teams have in the turnover problems that Arizona State runs into at times with their guard play, I'm gonna lay it. I think this is gonna be one of those 11 to 14 point games. You might have to sweat it out late. The foul game might have to come into play, but I think the Gators get it done.
Florida Gators. Let me see in here. It's a good slot. NC State, man, they knocked the NC State from a season ago, I don't think. Going into Kansas, into Allen Fieldhouse, tough place for them, man. I'm going to take the Jayhawks. Jayhawks looking for a statement game, looking for a big game, undefeated at home. I think they probably beat up on NC State in this one. So Kansas has been a slightly disappointing this season. Was number 1, now number 10. I think this is a lock-in spot for them. They beat up on an NC State team that's kind of living off some of the value from last season. I'm going to agree with Jovan. I like Florida laying the 6.5 in that one. He gave really good commentary. I don't really got to add nothing to it. Just tell you I like it. Give me SMU versus LSU. SMU is just one of my teams, bro. Not because I'm a homer. Well, I guess because I'm a homer. But at the same time, I like SMU because they're like that underdog program where it's like they definitely have the pieces, the money, and everything to compete with all these other schools. It's just first year doing it. SMU and hoops has been good for quite some time, but now officially in the ACC, I think they're going to make some noise this season. LSU, man, this is a team I like to fade more often than not. This is a team that even when they had Ben Simmons couldn't do anything, so now I still don't trust them. They're dogs on the road to Smooth for a reason. This game is not at SMU. It's neutral site, but it's in Dallas. It's in Frisco. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's not on the actual SMU floor. Don't matter, though, for me. I think SMU wins the game. I think they're the better team. They've been beating up on opponents recently. Beat up on Virginia. Beat up on Washington State. I think they beat up on LSU as well. Just because I want to see Chris look mad again, I'm taking Iapui against Lindenwood.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. Give me IU Indy. My fault.
There you go. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I think they're the better team in that one. What is it? Just grab the 1.5. There's no value on the money line or anything. The value is just on the 1.5. I think it's a 50-50 game, and I'll grab the points in that one. I think they can win the game outright. And last one, y'all know for me, man, I'm on them Salukis, man. Them my boys. Fading Austin Pay. Shout out to Bryans. That's what I call them. Austin P, they've lost 4 or 5, have looked really disgusting recently. The Salukis, they are not as good this season as they have been in years past, but I believe they are the better team in this one, laying the 1.5 on the road. Sign me up. Roof?
Yeah, I'm gonna take UC Irvine here plus the 2.5 against Oregon State. I know Oregon State, good look for a lot of people, 7-0 at home. But this is a UC Irvine that's UC Irvine team that's perennially one of the best mid-majors in the country. They're not going to be intimidated going to Oregon State. We've seen against Oregon State, who they've struggled against teams that play really, really good defense. And UC Irvine's 6th in the country in defensive efficiency. I know they haven't necessarily played the toughest of schedules, but there's been some decent teams on their schedule so far. They went on the road and beat Northern Iowa by 20. They've held Kent State to 39 points on a neutral floor, stifled Towson, beat up on Kennesaw State. I think it's the UC Irvine team that can go on the road and definitely take down Oregon State here. So give me UC Irvine plus the points, and I'm going to lean towards LSU here. I think if
fade my smooth boys, you gonna fade my Mustangs?
I think the Mustangs win. I think LSU covers. I think it comes down to a final bucket. LSU, the better defensive team in that game. They're about even. It's year 3 under Matt McMahon, and the first 2 years for LSU has stunk. Man. But they showed improvement last year, and they're looking pretty good this year. They already have a road win over Kansas State, which is a tough place to go on the road and win.
They're ass. They've been faded.
Yeah. So give me LSU plus the 4.
Fair.
And Jay might have just talked me into money line.
I'm fading them, boys. We'll see. Turn me up, SMU. Al, what you got for me here?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the LaSalle Explorers coming off back-to-back losses, both by identical 82-68 scores to Northeastern and St. Joe's. And now they're catching north of 20 versus North Carolina. I like LaSalle to bounce back in this game. They're really good as road underdogs when catching double digits off back-to-back SUAT's losses, cashing 61.9% going back 35 years. And I think LaSalle gets under the number here on Tobacco Road this afternoon.
Fair enough. Let's keep rolling.
One more thing.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Oregon State UC Irvine game, and I'm looking at the line, and something's not right. I'm on Oregon State in this spot. I roll with UC Irvine, but they're undefeated. I think they take an L in this one, and with it being around 2.5, 3. I'm gonna lay it. I'm gonna lay it with the Beavers.
Fair enough. Let's keep it pushing, fellas. We got my internet is so shitty today. Hey, Chris, can you take over for a second? Let me restart my router. Everything's moving slow.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go. Let's see here. Let's go with. So we're starting at 5:15 Eastern. We've got Louisville and Kentucky. Got Tennessee, Illinois. Got Towson, Duquesne. McNeese, Mississippi State. St. Francis and Niagara. Got Grand Canyon in Georgia, Belmont and Richmond. And we can go through 7 o'clock too. Green Bay, UC Santa Barbara, Drexel and Albany, San Diego, Fresno State, Loyola, Maryland, Mount St. Mary's, Detroit, Davidson, Marquette, Dayton, Radford, Utah, and North Carolina A&T and Liberty. And at 7:30, we got VCU and Colorado State. So up until 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll through 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll go.
Who's up? Oh, it's me. Shit. What a good time to pop back. Let me see.
So 4:15 to 6:30 your time.
Bet. Give me Tennessee, bro. Mitch put me on that bandwagon before he left us, and I'm still on it. Them boys ain't lost. Them boys still rolling. I'm still rocking with them. Let's go, Vols. Number 1 team in the nation. I am a little nervous about that game. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That the line make me nervous. Everything about this game makes me nervous. Unranked opponent, only a 1.5 point home dog against the number 1 team in the nation. Saturday. It's usually where the Giants fall, man. I ain't lying, but I ain't going sharp. I think a lot of people might be sharp chasing in this game with Illinois. I just don't see a path to actually take Illinois. Everything I look at tells me Tennessee is the better basketball team. And based on what I've seen from them on the floor, Tennessee is the better basketball team. So I'm just going to take the better basketball team and lay the 1.5. That's what I'm going to do. Give me the Vols. Yeah, lucky you Rio Grande in the online game today, or I'll be fading their ass. Y'all know that. Give me Towson against Duquesne, laying the 2.5, bro. Duquesne, aka Ducking Knees, aka Ducking Knees Nuts. They're terrible. They're terrible. They're done. They're cooked. They're not the team from a season ago. I'm tired of trying to catch the falling knife with them. I'm tired of trying to wait on this team to wake up. They're dogs at home to a bad Towson team for a reason. And I'm going to lay the 2.5 with Towson until they show me something. Where we stop at, Chris?
7:30 Eastern.
Give me Grand Canyon. Give me Grand Canyon versus Georgia. Fuck Georgia. Grand Canyon is my team, man. That's my dogs, man. Let's go Antelopes. They might win that game outright at plus 230. Georgia, solid team, better than they have been in years past. But these are the games that they lose. This is the game they gonna drop an egg. And them Grand Canyon boys, remember, a tournament team from a season ago, deep team they went on a run. They might not be as good as a season ago, but right now I like what I'm seeing from them as well. Just a play on the plus money, play on the spot. It's a neutral site game as well, so it's not like Georgia has. Well, it's in Atlanta, right? It's in Atlanta, but it's
Might
not,
as well be a home game.
but it's not on their home floor. You feel me? So,
but the fans are still going to turn out.
Maybe it's a tournament, right?
It's just like a showcase.
Okay. We in the Hawks arena, man. So give me Grand Canyon. I'm not rocking with Georgia laying points. They still got that same coach, right?
Yeah, Mike White.
Yeah, Mike White. Yeah, I'm fading his ass. Give me Marquette. I like this slot a lot. This is the slot right here. Give me Marquette, man. They bounced back and smacked up Wisconsin after losing on the road to Iowa State. Losing on the road to Iowa State, nothing to hang your head on, though. Nothing to hang your hat on. Iowa State goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. So nothing there to hang your hat there with Marquette. Now, coming off a road loss, I think this is the one they go and get money line. Shout out Dayton, solid team. They played Iowa State tough. We've seen them beat UConn at home. They're a tough team, but I think Marquette's the better team. I'm gonna take Marquette outright money line in that one, and that's all I got for y'all boys here. Roof.
You're really not gonna like me. Give me Georgia. I think
the Mike White. Oh my god.
You said Grand Canyon was a tournament team last year, right?
We was.
So was Duquesne. That's all I'm saying. Thing is, Georgia, like I said, it might as well be a home game for Georgia. The fans are going to turn out. It's in Atlanta. It's about 45 minutes away from campus. And the thing is, Georgia can have the best player on the floor, Nathan Newell. And I think Georgia's just the better team right now. Grand Canyon, 1-5 against the number, and the other 6-1, but they're playing a lot of close games that they shouldn't be. And you know, they already took a loss against a better team in Arizona State. I think Georgia's the better team here, so I'll lay it with Georgia. And I'm going to take Dayton against Marquette. The thing you got to remember is that, you know, Marquette thrives on forcing turnovers and getting fast break buckets. So you got to be able to take care of the basketball, and Dayton basically runs 3-point guards. They can all control the ball. They're top 10 in turnover percentage on offense. They take care of the rock. So I'm gonna go with Dayton here. I think Dayton Arena is gonna be bumping. Give me Dayton.
Chris just fading me. Al, how you feeling?
I guess maybe I'll break the tie. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, this game, the Dayton Marquette game, it does fall into that ranked versus unranked underdog favorite angle. But honestly, that's a 50-50 thing. And over the years, the current run is 347 and 355, where the ranked underdog, it's 347 and 355 ATS, dating back to 2007. It's even worse if you go back to, the ranked underdog actually has a winning record if you go back to 2000. It used to lose in the 1980s and 90s, but it's been basically 50-50 since. I like the home team here minus the 1.5. Dayton's really good as a home favorite versus 750 or better competition, going 38 and 27 ATS, and I'm going to lay the 1.5 with the Flyers.
Al fade me too. Damn.
I don't like fading anybody.
Nah, I'm just pulling y'all leg. Javon, what you like here in this slot, my man?
Yeah, we're gonna look at UC Santa Barbara. It's not really so much, about them. It's really just a fade on Wisconsin Green Bay. If you know anything about the culture there, and let's start off like this: they're on a 6-game losing streak, and they're 0-6 against the spread. They got Doug Gottlieb as their head coach. You know about Doug Gottlieb. You've heard his name before. He's running a radio show and coaching at the same time. There's a reason why he's they've lost 6 in a row.
I think I could do that, Javon. You don't think you could do it?
Listen, it's hard enough just to be a head coach. And your nationally syndicated radio show. You're doing all types of spots on different TV shows throughout the week. I haven't checked. I'm just assuming based on what he's done in the past. He's not a head coach. It's just plain and simple. So just fade him and his team, and his hot takes. Later points. It's 13.5. I mean, he might be getting up there, but I don't see the daylight with these guys anytime soon, especially with him as head coach. And I'm on Georgia.
Damn, it's the fade J spot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Grand Canyon proponent, but not in this spot. The only step up spot that they played, a step up team they played is ASU, and they lost by 11. So when you're playing a weak schedule and your only step up spots are ASU, and I'll throw in Stanford in a team which they beat, and Stanford's not a good team really, but so I'll just leave it at ASU. Play a team like that, and you get handled pretty good. You're not gonna survive it. Basically what is a road game for them against Georgia. Georgia's they're taking that next step into SEC relevancy. They haven't played in a while. I don't think they played since the 3rd. That might be something to have some sort of trepidation back in them. But other than that, I think this is a double-digit victory for the Bulldogs.
Damn. All right, let's keep rolling, fellas.
Hey, listen, don't feel too bad about it. I like being in those spots while I'm on the island.
Oh yeah, trust. I'm still betting Grand Canyon. I'm still there. I'm still on my antelopes, man. I just wish I was there with me. Let's keep it rolling, though, fellas. We'll see. That's gonna be a game we're gonna be tuned in for. Fading Mike White. I'm gonna text Romanelli, see if he with me. Fading Mike White. Don't he hate Mike White? It's him and Mitch hating Mike White, I believe. We'll see. Where we stop at, Chris? We stopped at
7:30 Eastern, so it's from 8 o'clock on, or 7 o'clock your time on.
All right, cool. So we will start with Gonzaga versus UConn. What a game! What a game! We got the Zags laying 2.5, and when it's a neutral site, yeah, it's a neutral site. We got Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. Eastern Illinois versus Eastern Kentucky. We got Bowling Green versus Kansas City. Creighton versus Alabama. St. Mary's versus Boise State. PV, aka Prairie View, versus LMU. Wyoming versus BYU. Cal Poly versus San Jose State. Texas Southern versus Nevada. UC Mike Davis versus Sacramento State. Pacific versus UNLV. And last game on the card, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Out on the road versus the Rainbows in Hawaii. Hawaii laying 4.5. Roof, lead us off, man.
Yeah, the two I like here, I'm going to go with Cal Poly plus the points against San Jose State. Cal Poly's just been a money underdog for me this season. And I'm going to keep rolling with them here whenever they're really catching any sort of decent amount of points. I don't think San Jose State's very good. I think Cal Poly can do enough here. They shoot enough threes and they make them at a high rate to be worth enough variance to be able to take a shot on them here. So give me Cal Poly plus the 5 and sprinkle on the money line at plus 180. And I'm going to take Oklahoma. I'm going to lay the 4.5. I know it's Bedlam, but it's not a true home game for Oklahoma State. And for me, this Oklahoma team is just the better team. They're more battle tested, and they've had better success against that schedule. The statistics, they're just all pointing towards Oklahoma here. So I know Bedlam normally a bit of a closer game, especially when Oklahoma wins. Oklahoma's last 3 wins in Bedlam have been by 4 points or less. But I'm going to take Oklahoma here. I think they get the job done.
Fair enough. Al, close us out today. College hoops. You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, it's on now. Okay, yeah, I'm going to look at the Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Illinois game. Eastern Kentucky off that 40-point blowout loss against Pitt. Eastern Illinois coming off a 30-point blowout win over Calumet. And the Eastern Kentucky falls into a negative 16 and 37 ATS system of mine that goes against big favorites off big losses versus opponents off big wins. I'm going to fade the Colonels. I'm going to take the Panthers on this Saturday.
Jovan, what you got for me? Last slide in college hoops.
We got VCU about to put the boost to Colorado State. I just think Colorado State, they're a fraud team. You know, I don't. It's just a situation where, you know, and they're both the Rams, so I can't say their nicknames. But Colorado State's is one of those teams. Don't really know how they're getting the job done, but I don't think they'll get it done in this neutral site game. It's really they don't do really anything well on offense or defense, whereas VCU they hang their hat on defense. So when I see a defensive team, a strong defensive team, a team that's giving up less than 60 points a game, going up against the offensive team who really ain't up to snuff, I expect for it to be a rough go of it for Colorado State. So, you know, this 6 might seem a little steep for VCU, but it's not going to be. They're going to have a 3-possession victory at the very least. And I'm on Oklahoma State. I'm on the Cowboys. You know, this is one of those in-state rivalry games that are hotly contested. You know, no matter where these two teams are as far as their talent level and what they're doing as far as their record is, they get into this game, it could be damn sure it's going to be one of those down to the wire, you know, last minute of the game, last 30 seconds of the game. You know, sometimes winner has the ball last, has a chance to win type of affairs. Last 2 games that Oklahoma has won, it was a 4-point win and an overtime victory of 2 points. Before that, you know, with the Cade Cunningham era, it was, you know, all Cowboys all day. So, you know, with that said, Oklahoma's just one of those teams that they find themselves in these tight games, you know, where sometimes they shouldn't. Oklahoma State, they're better than what they have been in the last couple seasons. So it all amounts to me as a Cowboys cover for damn sure. And I'll put the money line on the Cowboys as well.
Fair enough. I'm going the other way. I'm on the Sooners. Boomer. Sooner. I've been an Oklahoma meat rider, I'll say, in college hoops for the last.
Don't say that.
I have. Like Oklahoma just been one of my teams in college hoops, so it's hard for me to get off of them. Like I think last year, I took them so much last year. I think they were my Final Four pick, if I'm not mistaken. Like I really liked Oklahoma last year. I think Chris hit the nail right on the head. He said, this is a bedlam. It's usually tight. Not this one. I think these boys beat them up by like 7 or 8. I might even look at land extended with Oklahoma in this game. It's just a good
extended the other way.
Man, I don't know, man. I think the Sooners get them by double digits. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised it's like a 12-point win. So I'm still ride them Oklahoma boys, man. I'm gonna still ride with y'all. Crack me up in the comments. Oh, y'all crack me up, yeah. But I'm just telling y'all the truth, bro. I try to just be 1,000 with y'all, man. So I'm gonna stick with Oklahoma. And last one for me, I'll go big game hunting. Give me Gonzaga. I'm still fading Dan Hurley. This team has been terrible. Neutral site. Last time they lost neutral site, remember we heard him say, "I'm not playing these tournaments no more. I'm not playing them." Crying like a little girl.
When did he turn to Mickey Mouse?
Huh? Cause that's what Hurley sounded like. That's what he sounded like after they lost that.
He was such a pussy.
He was just crying. Just shut up.
Oh, jeez.
Shut up, Hurley. So another neutral site game. Fading his ass. I'm taking the Zags. This is another one I might even look at landing extended. UConn. I still think, as of right now, they're kind of living off the UConn of the last couple seasons, not really the UConn of who they are right this second. Madison Square Garden, UConn home court, not really.
They do play a lot of MSG games, but
like it ain't like it's a home court advantage up in there or nothing. Where's Gonzaga? Ain't Gonzaga close to the Garden too?
No.
Gonzaga's in Spokane.
Gonzaga's West Coast.
Oh shit! Yeah, y'all right. I don't know why I be thinking Gonzaga's East Coast, like up there.
There's some Gonzaga prep schools, like high school, all over the country. But the college is in Spokane.
Maybe I'm just tripping. One of them days. Anyways, that still doesn't warrant UConn neutral site. Overrated, overvalued. I'm taking the Zags. See, it's what it is. And that Alabama Creighton game, y'all know I love me some Blue Jays. It's a tough one, though. If this game was not in Tuscaloosa, I probably would take Creighton. But this the games I feel like Alabama try to really run teams out the gym. So I hate land points on my Blue Jays, man, but I'll give me Alabama. Last game of the day for me. Anything in college hoops you fellas might have missed today?
I think I did pretty well with it.
All right. Let's keep it rolling then, fellas. Let's head over to the NHL. Let's just get it over with. Roof. Your turn.
Don't do that to me.
Your turn.
Oh man. All right. Well, 15-game card. I don't know. We need to read the whole thing, but it's I'll just do the thing where just ask if anybody's got any hockey plays. Jay, is there anything that you like on today's hockey card?
We should do an all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, just all in one fell swoop. It's a huge card, so.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna roll with give me the small lean on small lean on the Blackhawks plus the, what is that, goal and a half. I just don't trust the Devils team like that. Like, I don't know. I know the Blackhawks are ass. They're one of the worst teams in the league. But Saturday, first game on the board, 12 o'clock start time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little sleepy spot for the Devils. Just grab a goal and a half with the Blackhawks. Let me see what else is in here. Give me plus money with Vegas against the Oilers. Love fading Edmonton. Vegas is still the better team in my mind. Edmonton always overrated, overvalued. They're not even that dominant at home this season, 8-6-1. So I think Vegas has a legitimate chance to come in there and bust them up. Let me see what else. I could just go to easy, homer pick and take the Dallas Stars. Turn me up. I know. That's why I said I could. But in that same breath, y'all know them Blues is one of my teams. I ain't lying. Y'all know I've been betting them Blues here on the show. I ain't doing it today, though. Forget what Chris talking about. Dallas Stars. Turn me up. Bounce back spot, bro. We just got smacked up by who get smacked up by the other day? Somebody just came in there and beat us up. It was the Nashville. That's who it was. Nashville beat us up 4-1. The trash ass Predators. Off that L, I think we bounce back at home. I'm laying the puck line. I like the Blues. I do like the Blues. I think they're gonna be black and blue after this one. Give me Dallas. Big Al.
You got anything?
Yeah, 2 games I want to go with. I want to take Colorado, but instead of laying, $1.80, just take them to win in regulation. That'll lower it to, I think, around $1.15. And I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild minus $1.55.
Jovan, dare I ask anything?
No.
I didn't want to just skip over Jovan.
You didn't want to be presumptuous.
Yeah. Because all of a sudden you're just like, hey, wait a minute. I got a hockey play. I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm going to take Utah in regulation and take the Coyotes.
Turn me up, hockey club.
Normally I like taking the Sharks and taking a shot on some value, but Utah's been really good on the road. And I just think that they can get the job done over the Sharks, who still been getting their butts kicked more often than not. I'm taking the St. Louis Blues plus 1.5 and on the money line, only because they just have historically been a thorn in Dallas's side. And the thing I've noticed about St. Louis is that they play down to bad teams. They play up against good teams. And I think that this is a spot where they play up. So, and we've seen Dallas look a little bit vulnerable. They've lost 3 of their last 4. So I'm going to take St. Louis here.
No.
You don't have the other button. You don't have the other button, so you don't even have a choice. Even if you did, you don't even have the other button, so it doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna order the other button today. I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
I need the yes one.
No.
How you guys gonna lose to Trashville too? By the way,
No, bro.
That's it for me though.
The damn Predators. That is a terrible name. It's a terrible name. The Predators. Oh man. That's it for hockey?
Yeah, that's it for hockey.
Right.
If anyone wants to know what else, it's on the board, the wraparounds out there. So it was up early this morning.
The jam section will be up after the show today.
I'll sort of in here for that, I don't think.
Turn me up, man. Let's talk some college football. Army, Navy. Army laying 6 in this one. 2 o'clock start time total. 38.5. Roof.
Yeah, I know normally it seems like a cardinal sin to go over the total in service academy games, but I'm taking the over because these are not the same Army Navy teams of past seasons. In the past, you'd see like 8 possessions in a game. Like each team would get the ball once a quarter, and that would be it. And it would be like 14-7 or something like that. But now these are two teams that have just been, re-evolving the option. Navy involving more of a passing game to their offense. Bryson Daly's been outstanding for Army. To me, this just sets up as a higher scoring Army-Navy game. And the only reason, we saw, the service academy games against Air Force this season. I think the Army game went under the total. It was 20-3, but that was because Air Force sucks. They scored 10 points in those 2 games this season. So I think this one's going over the total. I like the over Army Navy.
What you think about the Western Miss, South Alabama?
I want to, if I'm taking South Alabama, it's South Alabama or nothing for me in that game. I want to see the status of Gio Lopez. He's South Alabama starting quarterback. He's what makes that offense go. If he doesn't go, it's a no play for me because I just have a hard time back in Western Michigan. The MAC teams usually struggle in bowl games, so it's South Alabama or pass, but I would wait to see if Gio Lopez is playing.
Fair enough. Al McMorty, what you like in college football today, my man?
I guess I'm a sinner because I'm going to take the under in the. I get it. Everyone knows by now that the Service Academy games go under the total. I think it's like 34-5, the last 39. But I think there's also a fundamentally good reason why. When you defend against the, triple option in practice all the time, you can defend it better than these teams that, play the Service Academies once a year, once a decade or whatever. And so, a lot of the times these Army, Navy, and Air Force games are, triple option type games. And the defenses just understand how to defend it and the games go under. And I get that the odds makers are lowering the number and eventually there is no value in the under, but until the overs begin coming in, I'm going to keep taking the under. And again, it's 34-5, the last 39. So under.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous number.
Anything in that other game? Western Miss, South Alabama?
No, I looked at it earlier and I didn't like anything. What's the current number right now? I guess I can look it up as well.
I had it in my screen. It's moving slow.
Hold on, I don't get it.
It is
I just had the basketball odds up. Let me find it.
It's South Alabama -9.
I see it. Yeah, it was open to 10, down to 9. I don't like that game.
fair.
Whatsoever.
Fair. Javon, anything for you in these two, my man? Army, Navy, South Alabama, Western Miss.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Army first quarter. It's only at minus half. So basically they score, they get it done. The fact of the matter is, I think that Army scores first as well, and they score a touchdown. So if you could find a first touchdown Army or first drive Army touchdown, then I would put some money on that as well. Navy's run defense, it's not good. It's not that good. They've given up over the course of the season about $158.9 yards per game. On their defensive on their run defense. So I just think that scripted plays, that's advantage Army in this one. I only expect each team to get a possession in this first quarter. So, as long as they score a touchdown, I think we'll be in business. Navy, they can move the ball as well. Record says that they're, evenly matched, more or less, but I like Army a little bit better. So coming out the gate, I expect for them to get that jump. I don't expect a letdown in the beginning of this game coming off that AAC championship. So I'll take them first quarter, and if you could find first drive touchdown for Army or whatever, or first whatever touchdown for Army, then I'll take that too. And as far as that other game, the first bowl game of the season, it could only be South Alabama or pass. And that depends on if that quarterback's playing.
Fair enough. Army Navy for me, I'm just gonna trust my eyes. Army is the better football team. I'm gonna lay it. I think they beat up on Navy. Just gonna trust my eyes. This is all I'm gonna do. Army is good this year, like really good. Navy, the way Notre Dame did them got me a little nervous.
Notre Dame did Army as well. Don't forget.
I know, but
Notre Dame's on a 7-game ATS win streak. They're doing everybody. Notre
Dame lost to NIU. I mean,
that's another lifetime ago.
I know. I'm still hating on Notre Dame. One of my friends, he's a big Notre Dame fan. He thinks they're winning it all. I'm like, bro, shut up. Yeah, I lost to Northern Illinois. Shout out Army though, man. Hell of a season. I'm just saying, for Army, if Notre Dame can lose a game to NIU and still make the playoff with no conference championship, Army with a conference championship win, only one L, man, them boys had an argument. And I think this one, they kind of show that they are legitimately just that good of a team this year. And they're going to take Navy behind the woodshed. Like, I think it's probably going to be like a 14, maybe even 17-point win for Army. I'm serious. I know the games usually aren't like that, but I think this one may be. If I were to go total, I was leaning over for real before Al came and gave the 35-4. Oh, shit. I'm still going to lean over. I am. Ultimately, it just comes down to, can Navy put that ball in the end zone? Can they do it? I think most of the scoring is done by Army, but I think Navy can put the ball in the end zone maybe once or twice in this game. And that's all we really are going to need for it to get over the total. So give me Army, give me the over. I think this one is going to be different than how these have played out in years past. Maybe I'm a sucker. We'll see. Maybe it's just going to be 3-0 Army at half. And, just a low-scoring, ugly football game like they usually are. But I wouldn't be shocked if Army came out and lit them up, because I think they are that good this season. And I think we saw that in their championship game. Well, that's college football, fellas. Last sport on the board today is the National Basketball Association. NBA in-season tournament today. We're in Sunnyside, Las Vegas. Man. We got the Atlanta Hawks getting right now, is it still 4 points against the Milwaukee Bucks in T-Mobile Arena. Al, you're up first here.
Yeah, I mean, I passed in it, but let me just see if there's anything I can say about any of the games, even though I don't like any of the games. Just go to someone else and come back to me.
Javon, Atlanta, Milwaukee. I guess we'll do both at the same time. And Houston, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna roll with Atlanta. I don't feel good about it, but they are playing. They're in their peak form right now. Is what I'll say about them. And they're doing it on the defensive end, so you might want to take the under with it. Correlate it together. Because if they got a shot at winning, then it's gonna have to be a defensive effort with it. They've switched some things around as far as positioning, I guess, with Jalen Johnson and some other guys on that team, and it's working wonders for them. So that's more of a coaching thing, switching things up, and it's changed this season. So more power to him. Trae Young, he's dishing the ball around a lot. He's not trying to score as much, although when he has to, he's doing that as well. So all signs are pointing up to the Hawks boys. So they're not one of my favorite teams. So I'm not enthusiastic about them winning. I'd rather see them getting smacked around and not covering spreads. Made it easy for us, us bettors to just fade them, auto fade them. So now you got to actually do some work when you when you're putting your money on this team or against this team or just involving yourself in their games, because it was all one way for the last couple seasons basically. Um, so yeah, I'm on the Hawks and under.
Oklahoma City, Houston, anything for you now?
No, we ain't gonna touch on that one.
Fair enough.
my son on that one.
Fair enough. Atlanta, Milwaukee. This team was the number one team on my do not bet list. Now I'm fucking with these boys. Now that's my team, man. Let's go, Hawks. Let's do it. Shooting the dice on them boys at midcourt during the game? Okay, Trey. Okay. That's what I like to see, man. Atlanta, they've shown a really good ability this season to play the top teams in the East really well as underdogs, man. Smacked up Cleveland twice, beat the Celtics, just beat up on this same Milwaukee team the other day. I think Atlanta wins this game outright. Last year, I was in Vegas for this very same tournament, and I saw Milwaukee lose in this exact same spot to the Indiana Pacers. The exact same spot. I was going to go this year. I was going to go again. Then, of course, some things happened. And then my Mavs didn't make it. So I didn't go this year. I'll be back next year, though. But in this one, I'm just going to take the Hawks. I like the way they're playing right now. They're playing really well. This is the best stretch of basketball I've seen Atlanta play in 3 seasons. Legitimately, it's the best stretch of basketball they played in 3 seasons. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, these boys on the perimeter are causing trouble for everybody. This is not going to be a great game for Damian Lillard. He's going to be struggling. Y'all going to need Giannis to come in here and just absolutely go bananas. But Atlanta's done a good job recently of kind of, letting Giannis get his and making the rest of the team beat him. And I think that's the formula today. Laying points with Milwaukee, you're asking for it. I just tell y'all that every day. You're asking for it. Milwaukee is not a money-making team. They never been. They never will be. This is their head coach is still Doc Rivers, who never wins big games. He ain't won a big game since 2008. So it's like, I'm not trusting Milwaukee. The only good thing Milwaukee has going for them is Darvin Ham, their assistant head coach, has not lost the in-season tournament game. And that's the only good thing they got going for them, because he went undefeated with the Lakers last year, and then they haven't lost in the in-season tournament with the Bucks yet. But I'm on Atlanta, man. If Atlanta's going to continue to play defense the way they're playing, if Trae Young's going to continue to just operate the offense in this space that he's doing it, I think the Hawks win the game outright. I've been bitten in the ass, though, last year. The reason my numbers were so great in the NBA, bro, I was smashing plus money dogs like it was nothing. This year, the main difference for me this year is those plus money dogs are not hitting at the same clip as last year. I got bit on one last night with Portland. So tonight, I really want to take Atlanta straight up money line. I'm going to just play it safe and grab a 4. I'm probably taking money line as well, but 4 is where I really want to be. Chris? Oh, and then, hold on, let me do Oklahoma City, Houston. Give me Oklahoma City. They're the better team. If this game was in Houston, I would take the Rockets. Rockets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib, on the road, neutral site. They're not that same team they have been at home. The way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was hooping on the Mavs the other night, man, just got what he wants from the mid-range. I will say Houston has a couple more guys they can throw at him than Dallas does, even though I think Dallas is the better defensive team as a whole. But I think in a game like this, Oklahoma City, man, they're going to win it. That 5.5 makes my stomach hurt. I think the line's exactly where it's supposed to be. Like, there's no real edge in this game for me. So in that style game, I will take the better team, Oklahoma City, because I just don't trust Houston neutral site or on the road. It's basically the deciding factor for me in this game. Roof.
Yeah, the only one I like these two is the Hawks and the points as well. Just keep finding ways to get it done. And if the Bucks win this one, I can't see it being by more than a bucket. I think it's gonna be tight. Yeah, the Hawks have done nothing to dissuade me from thinking that they can't go on a run here. We've seen this tournament last year be a catapult for a team like the Pacers to really start going on a run. I think maybe this is what Atlanta needs to kind of take that next step. So I'm going to take Atlanta plus the points. I'm going to put a little bit on the money line as well.
Al, close us out.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly a small sample size of 11, but the NBA knockout round games in these in-season tournaments have gone 8-3 under the total. They were 3-1 the other day in that first knockout round, but over the two seasons, 8-3 under. I mean, I know it's a small sample size, but when you also then look at a much larger sample size of elimination games in the NBA playoffs, those also go under the total. Going back to 1990, elimination games are 407 and 349 with 13 pushes under. So there is some logic to it. If I had to play any of the two games, I would just take the unders.
Fair enough. Money making Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. A lot going on today. College hoops, college football, NBA, NHL. Roof, I know you got some plays you locked and loaded on today. What you got going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got $15 NHL play of the day. Also got a couple of college hoops packages on the board, but definitely the best value is to hop on something long term. I think the 3-day and 7-day are actually less than buying each of the daily packages individually today. So definitely jump on that. You'll get NFL tomorrow, loaded cards all week, college football bowl season starting. So definitely jump on that. Or you can pair me up with one of the other great cappers for the multi-capper promotion.
Fair enough. Al, you told us at the beginning of the show, but tell us again what you got going today.
Yeah, I've got 9 plays. I've got 1 in college football. I've got 1 in hockey, 7 in college basketball. I've also going to have some NFL tomorrow, maybe some hoops as well. So it'll be a big weekend. Currently, I don't have the numbers in front of me. What is the current run? I think it's, I don't know, something like 166 and 115. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me. But it's been a pretty good 3 weeks and pretty good few months as well. So if folks want to get on board, they can also use the 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 or 4-for-1 handicapper special to save even more.
There you go. Up on the Al. Pick Dogs Premium. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. Javon, what you got going on?
Yeah, got a lot going on. I got the side and the total for the Army-Navy game. There's that. Got a bunch of plays in college basketball. Still loading them up. By the end of the day, I'll probably have about 14 to 16 plays in college basketball. And I'll have a couple more in the NBA. Got a couple good looks in that. So more on a nice little 9-3 4-day run. So looking to keep that going, build on that.
Fair enough. Hop on with Jovan, man. Kick the crap out of the books today. For me, as of right now, I have 1 play. I'll have more though. I'm gonna add. I have no college hoops in there right now, is what it is. But I'm gonna add my college hoops games in there in a second. I think I have 3, so 4 total for me today. I might add some for that Army Navy. I'm not gonna add it. I'm laying the points with Army, but it's not gonna be a premium. So that's kind of where I'm at. But you can scoop up my NBA play of the day, man. We've hit 11 of 16, 16 of 23. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward there, fellas. So scoop it up. We smashed it last night with the Denver Nuggets, and we're just trying to keep it rolling. So scoop up that play. It's the play I personally have the most money on the daily. And or you comp on something long-term, man. Pair me up with one of these guys, and let's do what we do. NFL tomorrow as well, so I'm locked in and loaded there. Speaking of NFL, check out the NFL show. Me, Big Al McMorty, and Sean Murphy shot earlier this week. Covered every single game on the card. Yeah, that's really all I got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is. Parlay. Franchise, talk to me, man. What you got for me?
All right, all underdogs. Let's go with Xavier. Let's go with Cal Poly. And let's go with the Atlanta Hawks.
Al, last Saturday, man, you smashed that parlay.
And Sunday, I was 3-0 on both days, which was insane because I usually don't win these stupid parlays. Gosh. Let's go with the under in Army Navy. Why not? And the LaSalle Explorers 2-team parlay.
2-teamer. Big Al Jovan, talk to me.
Throw out a couple. Long Island, and UC Santa Barbara. That's a 2-teamer. Wisconsin and Georgetown. That's a 2-teamer. Georgia and VCU. That's a 2-teamer. And we're gonna roll with Oklahoma State money line and Atlanta Hawks. Money line on the Atlanta Hawks as well. So that's a good plus money one that you could sink your teeth into. And someone said in the chat that they wanted what's the safest play out there. buddy, there ain't no safe plays, and there ain't no locks. Anything can happen. It is what it is. If this is gambling, that's the first thing they should teach you in gambling 101. There ain't no locks. Anyone that's talking about a lock, they might be selling you some snake oil.
Word for word, bar for bar. For me, it's kind of weird because like when I'm outside, like people are like, I always ask, I need a lock, Jay. Give me a lock. I'm like, bro, like
I look at that as it's just a euphemism for what's your best play today.
Yeah, look, sometimes that's kind of how I look at it too. But
everyone knows it's gambling and there's nothing guaranteed.
I don't know. I don't think they know that.
Yeah. Fair. I guess that's true considering all the emails I get if a game ever loses.
Yeah. I got a parlay for y'all. Let's go 3-teamer. Let's go Army laying the points. Let's go Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies laying the points. And let's go Wichita State money line against DePaul. Fuck DePaul. And I'll go another one. Let me go one more for y'all, boys. We're gonna go with Oklahoma against Oklahoma State. We're gonna go Tennessee laying the points on Illinois. And what was that last game? It was one more game that I really liked that I'm not gonna be able to put in. It was college hoops. It was I forgot what it was. All right. Well, I can't find it. You could add Texas A&M on there if you really feeling. I don't feel like Purdue's that good. So 2 3-teamers for y'all. One of them should hit. We'll see. But that's all for this show today, fellas. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in and watching us. We'll be back same time, same program tomorrow, cooking up NBA and NFL action. It's college hoops tomorrow too, I believe. So be on the lookout, man. Be here, be square. It's a decent sized college hoops card tomorrow. Not the best teams involved. I don't see no ranked teams tomorrow, but there is a solid card. So be here. Let's do what we do. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. Any other words from you, fellas, before we get out of here?
Let's get it done. Let's win.
Let's get it done. Let's win. Make it a winning day.
Oh, and in the words of Mitch, we'll try to act more professionally tomorrow.
It's not going to happen.
Peace. Y'all. See y'all soon.